What's going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Up the Mags. I'm your boy Swoop Luke. Let's just roll that intro and jump straight into it. So I predicted a 14-point win. We won by 10. I was pretty close. My big call was 3 goals off. It was so good seeing Steve back out there, so I don't care that my big call didn't get through. Alright, this one feels so good. We haven't played Geelong in a final since the 2011 Grand Final, and we all know what happened there. So it was nice to exact some revenge. I know it's, 8 years old, revenge, but revenge nonetheless. We are through to a prelim, and it was off the back of a really good first quarter, a decent second quarter, keeping us in the third quarter, and a shithouse last quarter, but we'll get into that stuff. Before the game, Geelong dropped their number one ruckman, Stanley, for Menengola, and it didn't work out for them. They dropped him not because of a flu or because of an injury, just because they thought it was going to rain, and it did rain during the day and throughout the day, but at the game, it was pretty, not dry, but it was dry enough for a big man to dominate, and thankfully Grundy was the one that dominated, feasted on a helpless Geelong ruck, Blixarves, Radaglia when he was in there as well, and it was just dumb from the Geelong selection committee and Chris Scott, but all the credit to us. The win was set up in the first quarter. We kicked the first 3 goals, had the first 10 inside 50s. We absolutely dominated Geelong. They don't have a good track record in the first quarters of finals. They kicked 1 goal in this quarter, which is 1 goal more than they've kicked in the last 3 or so finals. But during the second quarter, we did extend the lead to 36 before we gave Geelong a sniff. They kicked a couple. And during that second half, it was a more defensive game than that first half was. Like I said, we did go on to win by 10 points, but in that last quarter, they kept us goalless. But it was to the credit of our first and second quarter that we were able to win the game, because, putting up a goalless quarter in any sort of final, any sort of game, isn't going to win you many of them. But Taylor Adams and Jamie Elliott kicked 2 goals each, and were the only multiple goal kickers for both teams. We've won 5 on the trot. Let's make it 6 in a couple weeks' time, and then 7 to round off the season. Like I said, we were red hot from the first bounce. We were just playing really good attacking football, taking the game on. Our running carry, it was second to none yesterday, and it's something that we've been working on for the last few weeks, something that we missed throughout the season, but something that our game plan is allowing us to do a little bit more, and it's very exciting to watch. Steele Sidebottom came out all balls blazing, all guns blazing yesterday, had over 30 disposals, 7 inside 50s, and he was a link-up player. He's so smart with the ball. He was hitting targets, 7 inside 50s. It allows your forwards more of an opportunity to go and score goals. So you could tell that in that Essendon game when we didn't have him, how much we missed him, and he's just going to have another great finals campaign. Well, this tackling pressure, I did not see it coming. 97 tackles. We haven't registered over 90 tackles in so long, and 97 tackles, yes, our running carry with the ball was great, but our ferocity without the ball was just even better. Defense wins you matches. When you haven't got the ball and you're just letting the other team run circles around you without laying a tackle, of course they've got a better chance of winning. But if you can stick those tackles, smash them right to the ground, you create a 50-50 ball up. If we can keep this running carry and this tackling game up, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. What I did like as well was we were able to slow Geelong's game really down. They've got a really good midfield, and their midfield does like to peel off and run and carry the ball just like we did yesterday, but we didn't allow them to do that. When they did have the ball, we were quicker with our defensive movements, covering holes or creating a one-on-one contest when the ball was going down, electing for them to kick it high and long into their forward 50, not going and not getting those leads direct and kicking directly to their forward targets. So credit to Justin Longmuir and the defensive coaches, because that was a really good defensive effort yesterday. Alright, so some quick fire likes. Pendle's in his 300th. Jeremy Howe kicking his first goal of the year from 45 metres out. Steve-O coming back, kicking one. Elliott is in peak form, and to think that we made it to the grand final without him last year is absurd. I mentioned him last week in my underrated players for the season, but one thing I really loved was Maynard's blanketing of one of the greatest players of all time, Ablett. Darcy Moore at full flight, taking all these marks. He got through the game unharmed, uninjured. It seems that we can't go a win without some sort of injury, and in this game, DeGoey did his hamstring again, and Levi Greenwood's been confirmed for an ACL that'll keep him out for close to 12 months. So Greenwood has gone under the radar this season because he's gone from a tagging midfielder to a back pocket player, sometimes off that half back flank as well. We do have personnel to cover him, but just DeGoey coming back off, 6 weeks from another hamstring injury to now re-injure his hamstring. He's definitely not playing the prelim, and if we do make the grand final, he'll be touch and go for that. But I don't think I would risk him in a grand final. You don't want to go one man down in the grand final after quarter time. Classic Collingwood in the red time. In that second quarter, towards the end of that second quarter, we let Geelong kick a couple of goals. They got a bit of a sniff going into half time, and they started, running with their chests out. And, we don't tend to put teams to the sword when we do have the opportunity. It was a very low scoring game. We did miss easy set shots at goal, but Geelong did miss them as well. But we were up by 36 points, and then they started chipping away. When you have opportunities inside your 50, you have to take them, especially on a day like yesterday. And we just have to start putting teams to the sword. It's just, I don't know how else to say it. The Cats kept us goalless in that last quarter. If it wasn't for the heroics of Howe and Elliott both smothering the ball, putting their bodies on the line, I'd be making a very different video right now. We went from winning the game between 6 to 8 goals to only winning by 10 points. Yes, we still got the win. Yes, we played well. But like I said before, you can't win many games by having a goalless quarter. Also, just lastly, who the hell approved this jumper clash? Yes, okay, one of them's hoops and one of them's stripes. But, okay, it was Geelong's home game and they have every right to wear their blue shorts. Geelong should be wearing their white shorts against us, and we should be wearing all black pretty much, because on the TV, it just didn't look good. It was very confusing, and probably not as confusing for the players on the field, but from a spectator point of view, it was atrocious. Should we be looking at a proper clash jersey as opposed to our white one? Leave your comments down below and let me know your thoughts. One vote, Pendlebury had a gem of a 300th, and congratulations to him again. Finished the game with 9 tackles and kicked a very crucial goal. Whenever we needed calmness, he was the man. 2 votes, Taylor Adams. He did go at 50% disposal efficiency, but he did kick 2 very important goals, had 9 clearances and 9 tackles. 3 votes, of course, Steele Sidebottom, over 30 disposals, 7 inside 50s, a goal and nearly 600 metres gained. Was one of the important cogs in that midfield. Alright, so now it's the time of the video where I've asked you guys for your highlights of the match, and I'll read them out, put some video, and here we go. 2 birds, 1 phone said, definitely liked the 4 minutes in the first quarter where we just got 3 straight goals. We were really good just getting it out of the middle. Play Hard Podcast said, would love to see a good smother or 2 make the final cut. Here you go. There was a couple of smothers in there. Jeremy Howe's smother on Tim Kelly to save a goal was from Positive AFL News. David Crucitti also said, Elliott's smother. Jack.Taylor04 said, Elliott and Howe's smothers were both clutch. Nick Hall 00 said, Jamie Elliott's smother was game-saving. Moore's marking in the last quarter was huge. Stepped up when we needed him. Will's tackling pressure was also great. Just on that quickly, Will's was immense. He's just got his place in the team now. Kello Schwabi, hopefully I pronounced that right, said, Pendles' goal to right the ship in the third. Sebastian McLeod said, gotta be Howe's goal in the second. Doesn't kick one all year, and to have the composure to kick one running from 45 out on the big stage, incredible. He was huge in the back line. He stood up when others were a little bit quiet. Completely 110% agree with that. Liam Collins _45 said, Howe's goal, Elliott's smother, Pendle's goal, Howe's smother. Oh, he's just saying a lot of things. Stevenson's goal on return, and the crowd went crazy when he got his first. Skinny82 said, Moore marking the ball over and over in the last, and What a great sight to see. Grace Cronan said, how's goal and Steve-O's goal? OMG, they were amazing. Hot Pies Army said, loved Elliot Smother in the end, but there's nothing more sweeter than seeing Chris Scott be salty after the game. I like that a lot. Old_mate Cade, how Amour's marking was unbelievable, but I think Pendle's goal is the best highlight. And just to finish it off, Manuela.spear1953 said, yes! With 4 exclamation marks, a hand clapping emoji, thumbs up, black and white. Manuela, yes indeed. Believe the prelim is ours. So we can play either Bulldogs, Giants, Lions or Richmond. At the moment, it looks like the Bulldogs are losing, so it looks like the Giants will get through and play the loser of the Brisbane Lions Richmond game. And I think we will end up versing, I'm going to go out on a limb, well not really a limb, but I think we will be versing Brisbane Lions in the prelim. So who are my predicted ins and outs for the team in 2 weeks' time? Well, definitely, obviously, Jordan DeGoey and Levi Greenwood aren't playing. I think Varco and Aish will come in for both of them. Aish or Scharenberg. Alright, so there's a couple of shout-outs for closest margin. First one is Keanu Namadi _ said Pies by 9. Nick Hall 00 also said Pies by 9. And T_Evans 2003 said Pies by 9. So they were all 1 point off, so fellas, here's your shout out. Alright, so, week off, amazing. Through to a prelim, 2 prelims in a row. It's a good, very good feeling. And you could see the week off as a bit of a detriment because we would have played 1 game in 3 or 4 weeks. But it comes at the right time in finals. Everyone goes in with a battered body, gives us a bit of time to rest. So my schedule for next week, since it's a bye week pretty much, is that it will be the Swoop Awards week season. No, it will be the Swoop Awards week. So I'm going to put a couple of polls on my Instagram for Goal of the Year, Mark of the Year, who your 3, 2, 1 players of the year were. I'll tally them up, and I'm going to do a super cut of all my Swoop votes throughout the year. Put it on YouTube. We might do like a live video. Alright, so that's been my review of the game. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shackers. I'll swoop you later.